What's up, YouTubulous? EXO coming at you here with another install video. Well, actually, it's kind of an uninstall, really. We have got lots on the agenda today because it is beautiful out. Holy winter, right? 70 degrees. We're gonna be soaking up some sun rays today, removing all the stuff from Little Blue. We got the Contralto 18s, our Group 31, and all kinds of other stuff that we have set up really messy, guys. I know it was set up messy. It's really bad. But either way, I need to remove all this stuff in order to make it beautiful. So I figured I'd slap the camera on, make a whole little video out of it, because it's gonna be looking a whole lot different by the end of this video here. First things first, we gotta remove this amplifier. Good old Vibe Audio 10K got us those numbers we wanted on the meter, so now it's time to pull that bad boy out of here and make this install final. We're just going through taping some connections here, and check a look what we got here. This wire is literally from when I bought the van, and look how beautiful it is. I mean, I always tape the ends of my wires regardless, but this has got to be some real good copper. All right, so we got the power and grounds undone. Now we're just gonna go ahead and get this RCA splitter situated. I've gotten a lot of comments about this thing, about how cheap these splitters are. But really, if you're gonna be testing the voltage before and after you put in a cheap device, it doesn't matter how cheap it is as long as it works. These things right here were only like 33 cents. I'm kind of a fan of them. Now, as far as these RCAs are concerned, I'm just gonna put them to the side until we get our BC 5500s. That's been a plan, you know, for a long time to be, you know, on 10,000 watts with Little Blue. So I'm gonna tuck these RCAs in the side compartment and wait for that day. I can't wait. It seems like I found myself a little conundrum here. I have no idea what this wire's going to. I'm gonna have to trail it through just to make sure, but right now I'm just assuming that it's a backup camera, so I'm gonna put it to the side because we still need to have a TFT screen up there with little LCD option. Little Blue needs a safer backup, and we don't have it. On to the next mess, which is unfortunately our subwoofer wiring. We did this in the driveway before a show with Ethan from the Amp Lab, and lo and behold, it ended up sticking around until now. We're gonna try to incorporate some nice copper into our new subwoofer wiring, but until then, we gotta remove this hunka junka. Now I should make a quick comment about these because it's not all bad. If you think about it, doing something like this is actually simulating what you do with a box. You know, putting a bolt through your box and putting terminals on either end. This is pretty much the same exact thing. The only thing I'm ragging on myself for is for not really covering it up or putting it in a better place than on the trunk floor of my car. See, it's not so messy when you look at it like this. It's actually just one run per coil. I wanted to have my subwoofers sitting on the outside of the vehicle, plug them in, and then worry about mounting them. Now, because my Saturn Ion is such a hipster and we can't put a damn battery under the hood, we're stuck to having this little Megatron in the back. I really wanted to get rid of it today, but looks like we're gonna be stuck with the wet cell for just a little bit longer until we get our other batteries installed in the install videos to come. Install, install, install. But until then, I can at least remove the wires that are connecting it to our other Crescendo battery just to the right of it. And yes, I know the connections aren't taped up that well. Like I said, I didn't even know this was gonna be in here that long. We're gonna have to leave some of these charging wires because obviously our car runs off an alternator. We can't take that wire away from it. And coming in with the next feature highlight here, we got the frickin' San Francisco Bay Bridge stretching across for our grounds. Who cares? It was messy and all this was recycled from our good old van. Looks like our exhaust pipe got a little hot back there, didn't it? Soak it up, YouTube. This is ugliness at its best. Oh, you guys ready? Freaking London Bridge is falling down. And obviously out of this bunch, I'm only gonna keep our ground, which is going to the stock location, which is the most flimsy point on the vehicle, held together with just some tack points. And this is the ground for our mids and highs. So we obviously wanna keep that too. Yeah, I guess it would help if I pulled that amplifier out of there, wouldn't it? We got our crescendo battery completely disconnected from our wet cell Megatron over there. So now it's time to get rid of some of these wires. Most of them were powering our amplifier, so those are going. One quick thing that I just have to mention, guys. I've been looking at a lot of our connections here, and we've been using electrical tape for years. I've been using electrical tape on all my shit. But now, this is the last install that I'm gonna be using it on, because it just can't stand the test of time. Heat shrink is where it's at, and now that I finally have a heat gun, there's no excuse. I'm almost embarrassed to show this on camera, but you know me, I have no sense of embarrassment. We got the battery all disconnected, almost ready to be pulled out, but before we do that, I just noticed this sitting right next to the battery. If you can tell me what this is and you get it right, I'll send you something really cool in the mail. We've gone just about as far as we can go for today in the trunk. We're gonna be leaving this battery in there because I still wanna be able to drive around. You know what that means? It's time to move on to the next step, the Contralto 18s. Oh boy, these subwoofers were a pain in the ass to mount, so I can only imagine how much of a pain it's gonna be to take them out by myself. So let's go ahead and get that music cranking and those subs are removing. Because these subs are so heavy and I'm just a little guy, it's a little bit tricky doing this by myself. So we went inside the garage, grabbed our bottle jack and some spare MDF rings to bring up the distance a little bit closer to our motors. That way when we bring the jack up a little bit, it'll do the work for us. Time to go inside the box, guys. We're gonna need ourselves a light. Now I'd love to do this with one hand, but it is way too cramped on the inside of this box. What we basically just did, took the bottle jack, put it underneath the motor and just started stacking up MDF rings until we got right underneath it so we can relieve some of that pressure. We've officially made contact. Now I don't want to push it up too far because jacks have a lot of strength. I don't want to bend our screws even the slightest bit. We're about to take these bad boys right out. But if there's one thing I just gotta say, why do people make fun of my drill so much? I get so much done. I get so much accomplished with this stupid drill, and people make fun of it all the time. I've even had people say, I'm unsubscribing if I see that drill one more time. Well, here it is, Old Faithful. Until this thing bursts into flames, I'm running it to the ground. Let's just pretend this drill's really expensive, and there we go. And that's why I like to use the jack. I'm not getting squished like a friggin' beetle right now. Little man, big sub. Coming out. Oh, there she goes. I heard it fall, so that means we're officially out. There she is. I'll let the motor rest right here on the wall. All removed. And the motor's just balancing right here on the extra thick baffle. How's it going, buddy? Just hanging out. Come to Papa. There we go. Number 2. And boy, how convenient is it to have a subwoofer that has a big enough magnet to balance all by itself like one of those little birds when you were a kid. Oh my God, would you look at that, YouTube? No more subwoofers. I wouldn't have thought we'd be busting this much ass in the middle of winter doing car audio projects. That is just awesome. What a great time this is. And that's pretty much all we need to do. We're gonna be leaving the door speakers the way they are. We're just gonna clean up a couple more things. But the person who built this car, the person who built these pods is a good friend of mine. And you know, I really like the way he did. What's going on there? What's going on there? You guys, did I fucking launch a coil? Oh my fucking high pass. Oh my word, I think I fucked up, guys. If I have good vision, I would have to say that that is a 1.5-inch voice coil trying to poke its ugly head out. I think I fucking launched something, guys. Look at the surround. Look at it, she's stuck up. I'm gonna turn on my head unit and see if what I think is happening is happening. I guarantee I left my friggin' high pass way too low. Let's go down and check it. Look at that, oh God. That's for like casual listening at like volume 40 with no subs. I was listening to that at volume 62, full subs. So no wonder why I didn't even hear the damn thing complaining. So let's see what the worst is and get that shit out of there. Yeah, looks like I made a classic mistake, guys. Good old frickin' high pass kicking me in the face. And I also added a little bit of silicone around here because it was coming out every bass demo, popping out left and right. It didn't matter what song I played, this shit was popping out. But it's not all bad. I guess from my mistake, you can learn from it and always remember to check your high pass filters, especially when you're going from low to high volume listening. Oh shit, she's a little bit stuck. Can you see that a little bit better now? You can see the voice coil just friggin' doing a little turtle head. Yep, just like we thought, guys. The voice coil is looking beautiful, but you can definitely see where it jumped the gap and just gave up from there and got stuck. So you can see that little bend right there. Nothing was getting it back in that tiny little gap. Well, everyone, that'll just about do it for another EXO video here. We had a great time in this one uninstalling all of our gear in Little Blue, but we've got lots more gear to be installed in Little Blue, so I can't wait to get those underway. The good old Contraltos did us well, and it still feels amazing to be able to have Contralto on a friggin' sub like this. I mean, we all know EXOcontralto, we've been watching the videos forever, and it's crazy to think that Contralto is now a subwoofer. Oh, we got the UPS man! Oh shit, that may be more car audio goodies. So until the next video, thanks for clicking the thumbs up. Thanks for watching. This is EXO signing out.